What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix, and today we are gonna take a look at retro. Retro gaming is coming back. Well, I wouldn't say that it's coming back, but more like people are choosing to go back in time and experience a lot of the retro stuff instead of all the modern stuff. And when I'm talking about retro, it's not just video games, but also retro technology, retro movies. You know, you'll see. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here. And this is coming from Today. I guess it's a news channel. All right, here we go.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
At the time, the name was genius, the Walkman. Music in hand and on the move.
Put on a Walkman and see the world in a whole new light.
It was a revolution. Roughly 40 years later, the name hasn't aged.
Oh man, those bring back memories, bro. These bring back memories.
Hasn't aged so well, but the devices themselves are definitely having a moment.
Star-Lord.
The Sony Walkman, including the beloved yellow sports model, can fetch hundreds of dollars on eBay. And if the so-called portable music player is in the original box, the price jumps into the thousands. It isn't just the Walkman either. Old devices of all kinds are being scooped up in an increasingly online world. From record players and VHS machines to film cameras and video game consoles. All things offline are starting to look pretty good again.
I have some cool stuff.
For the last 6 years, Ron Leckler has been collecting VHS players and old TVs.
I also have this little solid state TV is a Sony solid state from 1967.
He's got 14 of them.
I just feel like there's a joylessness to digital media.
Yeah, I feel you, buddy. I feel you. There is a joylessness to digital media. And look, some people are going to call me a hypocrite, but it's like I choose digital media because I do not plan on settling on one place. Like, I'm the type of person that like to move around. I like to travel. I tolerate digital media because of my lifestyle, but physical media is always better. I mean, I have physical manga. I still collect manga, you know. But yeah, physical media, it's pretty, it's just better. It's good to have the thing in your hand. It's good to look at. It's good to have it there. It's good. I know that it fills up space, like it takes up space in your home. But there's something about having the physical thing, having the ownership that is it just feels good. It feels normal.
Media. You can't really like hold it in your hands the way that you used to.
According to Google, old school technology has seen a rise in search trends.
iPod, 1,000 songs in your pocket.
Searches are up 5,000% for the iPod Classic.
Yeah, when this came out, there were so many copycats and bootleg ones.
Point and shoot cameras reached a 5-year high, and retro game console searches.
Retro game consoles. And this is what I wanted to get to. Gen Z and millennials are the ones that are mainly doing this. I don't know about Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha, I think they're like 12 years old. I don't know how old they are. But definitely Gen Z and millennials, they're definitely going back in time. And then you got the boomers. The boomers, they're like, man, they have a lot of this stuff in their house already. So
are up 350%.
What's it called? It's called the Game Boy.
With a demand for handheld games like the Game Boy from 1989. And this relic console, the Atari 20.
I never played an Atari. Like, I played the old Super Nintendo, the original Nintendo NES, the old PlayStation 1, the Game Boy with no color, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. But I've never actually, I don't know. I've never actually played with an Atari.
600.
The new video computer system by Atari.
You died there. At a game store in Manhattan, they have an old Atari in stock. For now. The manager tells me the vintage games go fast.
So a genuinely brand new system is honestly worth a lot.
Look at this. This 1989 Game Boy called out to me. Turns out Tetris is a bit like riding a bike.
Oh, yeah. 2 rows.
No need for Wi-Fi. The game wasn't downloaded. And no charger. Just a few trusty double A's.
So guys, it was great. I was standing there. I'm so proud of myself. I'm nailing Tetris. The manager looks at me and goes, yeah, we get a lot of grandparents in here that are good at it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, she's holding, right there, she's holding the old Game Boy. They call it Game Boy.
Oh, that's funny. He just dropped the hammer.
Did you really buy that, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I
did.
did. All right.
I like
Where do
the
you girls
idea.
see that?
And I might have played it last night a little bit.
I bet you did.
I like the idea that it's, Wi-Fi free.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there, what she said. The idea that it's Wi-Fi free. So see, a lot of things are connected to the internet. And what happens when you're no longer connected to the internet? You can't watch videos. You cannot make calls. Well, depending on your network. If you're connected to Netflix, you lose internet connection. No Netflix, no videos. If you have Spotify, no music. Realize that all of these subscription services are forcing us to be connected to the internet. Which, by the way, I like the internet, but it's good to have options outside of the internet. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I like what she said right there, that the thing about these devices is that you don't need to be connected to the internet. There's no digital download. You put in the cartridge and get to work and get to play. But a lot of games nowadays, well, I mean, I suppose like the Nintendo Switch, you can download the game to your device, and you don't. And once it's downloaded, you no longer have to be connected to the internet, right, to play it. But I mean, there's so many things that are just reliable on the internet that we can't imagine a world without it, or products without being connected to the internet. And I would like to see more of this, more devices that don't require internet connection. It will be really nice. Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, go offline.
Yeah. When the battery dies, it's a wrap for
Yeah,
for a
which
bit.
I think actually.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. The batteries. Everything's got its flaws. So yeah, you gotta have good enough batteries to play that thing.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph.
Hey, thanks for watching.
And that was pretty much it, man. Retro. I think a couple of weeks ago I made a video about how Gen Z they prefer retro gaming. Like a lot of people are just going back in time for the simple reason that AAA games have failed us. AAA games are failing us, especially with modern day technology. It's like they release the game, and then after they release the game, they want to start editing it. We are buying unfinished games. That's the problem with today. Because before, you got to remember before, I remember Square Enix would release like multiple games per year. So in 1 year, they'll release a Final Fantasy game, and then they'll release like, maybe 2-3 other games, right? And every year, or at least every 2 years, we will get a new Final Fantasy game. Every year, one Final Fantasy game. We don't get that anymore. That's done. I mean, for God's sake, Final Fantasy 15 took like, more than 5 years to make. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth took like more than 5 years to make. Kingdom Hearts 3 took forever. Like more than 6 years to make Kingdom Hearts 3. I think like a whole decade. I don't know. So, and before, we would get games every, one new game in the series per year. Wow. So, and that was the benefit of the 2000s. This is why I like the 2000s. It was a great decade. And then once we go into like, consoles being connected to video game to the internet all the time, that's when a lot of these flaws start showing up. Companies releasing games incomplete. But anyways, I could go on and on and on with all these issues, but this is why retro stuff is becoming popular. So, but me, I choose to be a PC gamer because I don't want to have a console, and I can take my PC everywhere. And once I download a game, I don't really have to be connected to the internet. But anyways, so that's gonna be pretty much it, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell for future notifications. Make sure to comment below. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed, baby.